What's up, Dwayne? Well, hello, Cord. Corrine. Hi, Karen. Hi, Laura. If I sound like I'm eating, it's because I am. It's been a long day. Hi, Darla. Hi, Grandma Tony. What I got out here tonight is another 16 by 20 inch canvas, already covered in a thin, even coat of liquid white. And the colors I got out are titanium white, phthalo blue, alizarin crimson, mountain mix, dark sienna, Van Dyke brown, sap green, cad yellow, yellow ochre, Indian yellow, and bright red. And tonight's going to be a like a little country scene, maybe a little barn sitting in a pasture with some trees around it, some mountains in the backdrop. Maybe a little small pond out there for the animals to drink out of. Just something kind of fun. All right, I got a 2-inch brush. I'm gonna pick up some alizarin crimson first. And I just want to come over here in this area. And put on some of this crimson right through here. Hi, Janet. Hi, Elizabeth. Hey, John. Hey, CS, how you? All right, I'm gonna come over here in the phthalo blue without cleaning the brush. We'll start right up here in this corner. Just start coming across the top here. Making those little X strokes. Just kind of work your way down. Just let these two colors meet right up. Oh, today's been kind of hectic. Tracy. My stepson found out today that he's diabetic, and he's in the hospital right now. Nothing serious, just sugar got real high, and he did not know he was diabetic. So he just found all this out today, and Cassie spent most of the day at the hospital with him. So I'm having late supper. So like I said, if it sounds like I'm eating, guys, I probably am. Crunching on a French fry or something. But if it gets too unbearable, I'll put him down. Well, luckily he didn't go to a coma or anything. He just got real sick. Hey, buddy. He he drives a truck for a living, and he's out on the road. And yesterday he got sick over the weekend, but yesterday it got worse. So he came home and went to the doctor, and they did blood work. And then he went to feeling bad today, so they got his blood work back. And pretty much that's what they told him, that he was full-blown diabetic, and his hey Kathleen, hey Sandy, and his blood sugar was almost 800. They got him on some IV medicine. Cassie just got home a few minutes ago and said they had it down to under 600, but they had just done another round of blood work before she left. So maybe they're getting it under control. They're gonna keep him in the hospital tonight just to keep him under observation, I guess, so it don't spike again. So it's kind of late for her getting home, and that makes for a late supper and trying to eat and trying to get everything ready to paint. And yada, yada, yada. Typical life. That ain't good, Trish. All right, I'm gonna grab me a fan brush over here right quick. Come over into this white. Up here with some little circles. All right, MC, what you got? Thank you, Tracy. Yeah, MC. Just like you'd wash it if it had paint on it. When is the barbecue? What barbecue? Right, MC. You just want to get it all out of your brush, that's all. Hey, Nani. What barbecue? Oh, the barbecue. Oh, I got you, John. Yeah, that's right. I don't know. I wasn't the one planning it. A couple crazy folks from in here got to planning it, and I hadn't heard nothing else about it. Right after they got they planning that one at my house, they went and planned one for locksmith's house. So I don't know. Sounds like it's gonna be a whole lot of eating going on that me and you gonna miss out on. Because they're not keeping us in the loop. Hey Adam. Well, me too, Tracy. But I don't know if I'm gonna be invited or not. Me and John don't even know when it is. I don't know what we've done to deserve such treatment, but I guess it is what it is. John, what'd you do to make everybody so mad at us? Or that cloud wasn't supposed to be that big. Yeah, I know it. Probably Robert's fault. All right, Tony, you going up the corner? All right, take this 2-inch brush up here and lightly start blending out the bottom. Well, welcome back. All right, I'm gonna come in here now and fluff these up. Real lightly. And then real lightly, just brush across them. Set them right down into the sky. At Bama's house. Who's Bama? I need to know where I'm going. Oh no, I ain't going to Tom's house. She lives too close to Amy Kate. Hey, Crystal. She's only like 20 minutes away from Amy Kate, so I don't want no part of that area. Hey, Victoria. You gone already, bud? Lots gonna see you leaving early. Favorite sound in the world right there. Maybe that's what kind of channel I need to open up. A TikTok channel. Just put the camera on the canvas and just sit there and go. Thank you, Trace. It'd be that, what they call it, the asthma. Yeah, I need to really look into that. A Harold NPC channel? Oh, y'all ain't ready for all that. The world ain't ready for that. First time I showed up in my little cowboy suit with the little pink outfit, pink whatever it is, vinyl or leather one. Oh, the world would lose it. That'd be it. Uh, Crystal, I had some kind of an idea tonight. I'm just gonna do a uh, little simple country scene with a little barn sitting out in the pasture and some trees, mountain. I don't know if it'll have any water in it yet or not. Good grief, thank you, Adam. I'm talking about my whole screen says Adam shared. Ain't another comment on there. Well, there's one. Somebody sent me a thank you, Keisha. Keisha sent me something, a little pink heart looking thing. Thank you for that. Come on, Victoria, you trying to start trouble tonight. Ooh wee, corn. Needs butter. Ain't that what she says? Oh Lord, Jimmy, that's not good. I hate you're snowed in, but you can keep it wherever you at. That's one thing I don't want no part of is snow. me, more corn. I'm gonna run out of butter. I don't know what kind of phone you got or what kind of TV you got, Crystal, but some people do. They do that screen sharing and put me up on the big screen. They do it all the time when I'm on YouTube. What's autumn golden hour, CF? Looking out over the ocean. We looked out over the ocean one night this week. Monday night, wasn't it? I don't know what we did last night. I can't remember. An hour-long painting that I did? Hey, Quincy. Autumn golden hour. You sure it was me? It had my name on it. Wow. Was it on YouTube or? I think I painted the seascape Monday night too. I think it was Monday. Must have been the other Harold. I didn't know there was another Harold. Wow. Well, I'm just learning all kinds of stuff tonight. And it is on YouTube. Hmm. right, now you got me curious as crap. I don't remember doing nothing called no autumn golden hour. Can somebody investigate that for me? But the name of it is Autumn Golden Hour. Tracy, he said YouTube. Posted over 2 months ago. Well, now my memory ain't all that good, so I'm not gonna say it's impossible, but I sure don't remember doing anything called Autumn Golden Hour. Huh. That's weird. Wait a minute, wait a minute. Huh. I bet you $100. That's when Bridget was doing my videos. She was doing my editing. I bet that's what she named it. I knew that didn't sound like something I named one. So Bridget had to have, that's gotta be what it is. Gotta be. Well, thank you. Yep, I'd be willing to bet you money on it. I'll have to see the thumbnail now, but I guarantee that's what it is. It's one of them Bridget edited. Autumn Horseshoe Mountain. Okay. Yeah, that'd be about right, because that's about the time she was doing some for me. She edited a few videos. So, yeah, that would be about right. That would be about right. Danker's supposed to be working on a lot of stuff for me, a website and all kinds of stuff, but he's been kind of busy here lately. You had me thinking I was too, CL. uh, but yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's gonna be when Bridget done a few videos. She was editing a few videos for me there for a couple months, so it's gonna be one of those. Yeah, you gotta look really hard, TK, or you'll miss it. Thank you, Tracy. Well, CL, I appreciate that. Thank you, sir. Well, I highly, highly neglected my YouTube channel, so I don't know what it's gonna take to. A defibrillator probably wouldn't bring that channel back right now. It's gonna take a whole lot of work and a whole lot of reading and studying. I posted a video earlier, well, it wasn't too long ago, a couple hours ago. And all it is really is a time lapse of that waterfall I did last night. And it had, I think, 11 views on it when I came down here. Thank you, Teresa. Thank you, Papa. I'm just gonna tap out the bottom up here, like we always do. Well, thank you, Jimmy. Uh, I don't know, Eric. Kind of, sort of. I don't know what you mean by the paint walking into a valley. I don't. So nobody sounds like me. Yeah, that probably is a good thing. All right, real lightly. Just pull this right back in the same direction we tapped it down in. All right, John, have a good one, brother. Eric, I got a big painting I did in my living room, like a 24 by 36. I'll try to get a picture of it and show it to you. Send it to you somehow or another. See if that's kind of what you're talking about. I don't really know. Well, this one's kind of got a valley. But not really like you walking into it. Thank you, Jen. You too, Papa. Good night. All right. Thank you, Rich. Now I am going to, let's see. I don't really know what brush I want to use for this. I'm going to use a little round one. Well, good for you, Jen. That's awesome. All right. I'm going to come up here into my sienna and my Van Dyke brown. Just mix these two colors right here on the brush. Let's see how I'm going to do this. I think I'm going to start on this side. Or do I? This painting's almost wanting to change on me here. All right, let me see how this is going to work out. Let me start right here. Yeah, I think it took a change on me here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't believe it's going to be what I started out for it to be. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Jen. Oh boy. This painting did a complete 180. I'm talking about. Went from exactly what I wanted it to be to exactly what it wanted to be. I'm in Mississippi still. I hadn't quit on y'all. I'm just studying it here for a second. Because it's wanting to do something kind of crazy. It's wanting me to do something kind of crazy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. All right, I can still make it happen. I see a couple things I can do here to get myself out of some trouble. I don't know how I got in trouble so quick, but I did. Lord, that's talking about getting crazy. Yeah, that's what I just said, see, it took a total 180. Oh, Jen, I've been painting uh 6 years. My first year was acrylic. And then I painted with a Bob Ross instructor for a year after that. And then I found out what it would take for me to become certified myself. When I found out, I went to New Smyrna and got my certification. And in December, I was 4 years uh, certified for 4 years. Yeah, it's definitely gonna be a happy accident here. I can tell you that, Jim. Cause it took a turn on me. But that's all right. Well, thank you, Jen. Very, very light tap. Very light tap. Uh, see, a lot of paint. Light tap. Just letting that paint pour right off the brush. If you come up here and smush it in there, you're gonna get a whole lot of mud. You can get that mud real easy. I mean, you can fix it, but it's, the fact that you got to is kind of sucks. Yeah, it is a very light touch. You touch the brush and pull it right back off. I mean, it's not you don't want the brush to slip or anything. It's on there and back off, quick. But now one of the things I'm doing too, CL, is I'm picking up just a tiny bit of thinner on my brush, very, very little bit, and that kind of thins the paint out some, enough for it to stick to that thicker paint. Plus, when you put your liquid white on, you don't want to. Thank you, D. You don't want to. You don't want your liquid white to be real, real thick. You want a very, very thin coat of it too, because it'll make a huge difference. Well, now liquid clear is I mean it's good. It's the same thing though. I mean you still got to use a very, very, very light coat of it. I mean it don't take much at all. One of the advantages liquid clear has is it'll let your colors stay kind of true. You put that crimson up there, see that kind of took on that pink tone when it hit that liquid white, which that's fine. I mean there's nothing wrong with that, but it'll do it. Well, once you get your your idea of how much pressure you got to use, That's really when you start picking up speed. I know it might sound crazy, but it is, because when you don't know and you come up here and hit this too hard and it makes that mud, it just slows you down big time, and then it makes you want to be real cautious the next time you paint. So just, don't worry about having speed at first. That messes a lot of people up. Right now I'm just using a half round brush. Hey Connie. Hey MK. Thank you for the gifts. Hmm. What to do? What to do? Okay, Jen. Hey, Mommy. All right, I'm fixing to try something just to see how it look. If it don't look right, I'll come back and work on it. Thank you, Sil. Okay, what you got going on, Monty? I missed something. You got another sick baby girl or a baby boy? Oh, your doctor's appointment. Okay. All right, I'm gonna pick up my little knife here. Come up here and get some of my white. Put it out flat. And back here and we're adding in some water lines back here. It looks like it's going up in behind these trees. Good night, Mommy. All right, this painting ain't nothing I said it was gonna be. Thank you, Jody. Oh Lord, that is not what I said I was gonna paint tonight. Well, thank y'all. I appreciate it. You might well give up saying beautiful, Harold. Harold. It's beautiful, Harold. Harold. Thank you, though. Yeah, that's basically what it's doing, Crystal. It's just taking me where it wants me to go, or where it wants to go. It's just making me do it. Treat me like a trained monkey. Yeah, sometimes they are. You're absolutely right. I just hate when they get to this point and put the brakes on and they don't tell you what else they want you to do. You know, it got me here. Why don't it go on ahead and take me all the way? I guess it feels like I'm supposed to do something on my own. Oh, great. Patriots here. That's not water, Patriot. That's not water. It may look like water, but it's not really water. All right. What are you trying to get me to do here, Peyton? Thank you, Seal. I knew it was coming. Oh, God, I knew it was coming. All right, let's see. If, if I come in here. All right, I got an idea here. See if it'll work. Time to pick up the fan brush. So we all know what that means. All right. Come up here into my mountain color. Come over here and grab some of the sap green. Mix these two together right here on the brush. Come up here, about right there. Big evergreen tree. Bang. I would say y'all just going to sit back and trust the process, but right now I don't trust it. So I'm gonna say y'all just sit back and pray that Harold don't make some pretty bad mistakes about right now. Well, the waterfall painting sold today. I'm sure all of y'all will be happy to hear that. Oh, there's Amy Kate over there hollering, it's mines. We're gonna have to break that. We're gonna have to break her of that. Well, that's exactly who got it. Thank you, Drake. I don't know how much longer it's gonna be awesome, but what's my famous saying? I don't know, Rich. I got a bunch of them. You know, I'm one of them, what they call it, wordsmiths. Have all kind of famous sayings, favorite sayings. Which one are you referring to? Shut up, Amy Kate. That's probably one of my most famous. Tax season is coming, and I expect something gorgeous and purple. Hmm. Well, with tax season coming, and you expecting it, I may just have to. I may have to do you one of them high dollar purple ones. Purple is so expensive. You either have to take two paint colors and make it, or you have to buy it. And well, it's expensive out there on the market. But it's tax season, so hey, we'll do it while we can afford it. Something purple, she said. Hmm. Well, I guess I might have to do a purple painting now. Lord, somebody go check on Linda. She's seeing things. She's seeing Indians and canoes, and that's not good. Our nurse is not in here tonight, is she? We all are, Linda. I told my granddaughter the other day she really needed to stop growing. She said, why? I said, because the older you get, the older I get. She used to be this little girl that followed me around everywhere I went. Now, I have to schedule time just to see her because she's playing softball, volleyball, beauty pageants, schoolwork, little brother. Next is going to be boys. That's when I might have to start cleaning my weapons. 63. Wow. She is supposed to be coming to paint with me one night pretty soon. I don't know if we'll be able to televise it or not because it's a school project she's got to do. And I swole up like a peacock when she asked me to help her with it. It's a little art project they had to do to represent what they want to be when they grow up. So she said she wanted to maybe do something in the marine biology field or be a pilot for the Navy. And of course, I'm encouraging the pilot thing, but I'll be happy with whatever choices she makes as long as she's happy. And she sent me a little picture. Want to know if we can do it. I said, I think we could. So I don't know if she's gonna wanna I don't know if she's gonna wanna do that live or if she's gonna wanna just do it as a quick little project or something and call it done. I don't know. Not to mention it probably wouldn't take long enough to make a TikTok live or nothing out of it because it's be a little small picture. But I will ask her how she wants to do it. And if she wants to share it with you guys, I'll definitely let her. Y'all know that. Because she is one of my favorite people in the world. And her little brother, he's tugging at my heartstrings pretty hard right now too. Because he's done got up to that age to where when they come over to the house, he's looking for his papa. Comes running over to that recliner. I want to sit with you, Papa. Climb on up here, son. What you want to watch? Monster trucks. I'm like, that's right. That's my grandson right there. But I guess Grace will always have a special spot in my heart because she was the first and was around her a lot more. That kid knows she's got me wrapped up. AMC. It's Van Dyke Brown here. 7 hours away. Oh man. Does it still? I'm gonna tell you something that melts your heart when they say that. My daughter, which is his mama, called Cassie the other day. Hey, they had the phone on speakerphone. They was discussing something. I don't even remember what they was talking about now. He heard her voice, and he calls her Meemaw, Meemaw, Meemaw. That's it. And she was talking to him, and he said, "Where's my papa?" She said, "Your papa's over here. I thought you wanted to talk to me." He said, "No, I want to talk to papa." So he let him know right quick, like he's all about his papa. Good night, Mike. All right, Frank, have a good one, man. All right. Hey, Robert. Thank you, sir. Hey, Robert. Hey, Jay. Thank you. It does seem like we're going to have to start another with everybody being sick like they are. Hmm. Thank you, Sia. Sorry to hear that, Danita. We'll definitely be praying for her. I hate that freaking word. Cancer. Thank you, CL. I got mighty quiet while I was building that little joker. they uh they came on the news yesterday, or was it today? I think it was yesterday. And this little town, it's like not far from me at all. Maybe 5 miles, maybe. Um, there's an old cemetery that sits back there on a on top of a hill. Some of the graves in that thing are 1700s, 1800s. It's very old. And all of this rain and stuff we got in the past few, thank you, Joe, over the past few days has it got trapped on top of the hill somehow or another. I don't know how it did it, but all right, Laura, thank you for being here. Somehow or another, flooded some of the graves, and it actually made them start coming up, and with it being on that hill, one of the caskets slid down the hill, and I guess I should either stop and tell the story or wait till I get through doing this to tell it. But one of the coffins came down off the hill and slid right down. I mean, it ain't really funny, but you know, it is what it is. It slid right down on the main street, and there were several people trying to get it to stop, and I told him, I said, look, you know what y'all need to do, don't you? If it happens again, the guy said, no. I mean, there ain't much you can do when it happens. I said, well, if it happens again, run down to the pharmacy. He said, for what? I said, get something to stop the coughing. Uh, the first color was Van Dyke Brown by itself. And then this is just dark sienna and white. What's up, Ken? Doing pretty good, buddy. How you been? Ain't heard from you in a while. We was talking about you the other night, wondering what happened to you. Good God. That thing's been broke for a long time, ain't it? What'd you do to it? Elizabeth, it's a play on words, coughing and cough in. You know, go to the pharmacy and get something for the coughing. Like the COUGHING coughing. Coughing. pull the motor out of it. Get it all back together. Still the same problem. What's it doing, Kate? That you had to pull the motor. Every symptom points to a million things. Oh Lord, I hate throwing parts of the problem. Seems like you don't ever win doing that. Almost a brand new one. Yeah, well, I sympathize with you, buddy. I know the feeling. When you get one that's broke, you got to try to get it going again. I got two sitting out here I got to get running. My truck being one of them. And then a expedition that we got. And I swore when I sold my business, I was done mechanicking. Sold my shop, sold all my tools, everything. I said, I'm done with it. I ain't never working on nothing else. Should have never said that. Because it don't take me paying a mechanic one or two times to do something for you. And you right back to doing your own work again. If you're able. Alright. Now I've got to come up here and do this cabinectomy. That's right. Never say never. And I don't really mind so much, working on our stuff when when it breaks, if it's, not too major. But what gets me is when one of the wife's friends has problems. Where's the mechanic? He can help you. Don't be volunteering for me for that kind of mess. Oh God, thank y'all so much. Thank you. Don't thank me. Sometimes being a good guy sucks. But, you know, I guess we're supposed to help people. That's what the Lord said to do, so. Thank you, Tracy. I think you're right, CL. I heard a little thing the other day. A guy said it was kind of funny the way he said it. He said if he ever won the lottery, he would not even worry about looking up his relatives. He said he'd just go and announce that he won the lottery on TV. He said then all his relatives would find him. And that's, it's sad to say that, but it's true. Not that I know. I ain't never won no lottery, but I've heard quite a few people say that. All right, Tracy, it's got a chimney. Even though it's summertime, he still got a chimney. All right. I'm gonna tell you something. You can just about leave that painting like it is and have a real pretty painting. All right, we hit 50,000. I think Amy Kate's giving away uh one of her resin art pieces. So, oh, you want me to pick the number? I was gonna let y'all run the show, but hey, I will. 1 to 100. All right. going right there. All right, for anybody that's never been in here before, Amy Kate's doing a little pop-up. It's gonna be a one of her resin art pieces. And what we do is, she's gonna come in the room in a few minutes, and she's gonna say go, and she'll tell you how much time you have, a minute or 2 minutes. And when she does that, when she says go, not before, or it won't count, put a number in the room from 1 to 100. And when you go to put your numbers in, one number per person. And it does not matter if you put the same number as somebody else, because if so, we'll have a tie. Now if somebody don't guess the number right on the head, whoever's closest to it, and if we have a tie then, either way, we'll have a tiebreaker. So if you see the number 9 go in and that's the number you wanted, don't worry about it. Go ahead and put it in. But you only get one number per person, and don't enter it until Amy Kate says go. Come on, there's almost 80 people in here. There should be all kind of numbers in here. You don't have to be coming in here a lot to play. I mean, if it's your first night in here, you can still put a number in. It don't matter. All right, it's getting close. Time's up. All right, the winning number, 27. 27. And if John wins, we're doing it again. Crystal, it'll be whoever's closest to it. Whoever's closest to 27 will win. So the mods are looking over the numbers now to see who the closest was. 33 was the closest. Okay. Who had it? Who had 33? Hey, Link, we just got through doing a giveaway. What if 26 and 29 are close? I did. Barbie. Well, if somebody had a 26, that ought to be. Who had 26? All right, y'all remember what the Orphaline told me to remember her name was?
That's right, Tracy. Both the Tracy's got it. Look at there. If one has 26 and one has 28, then that's a tie, CH. So you go into the tiebreaker because they're both one away. I think she's just asking in like a what if scenario, Amy. Like if that were to have happened, who would have won it?
Well, congratulations, Barbie. Linda, it was a uh, resin art piece that Amy Kate does. She does the little resin art pieces. She does some really good ones too. And every now and then she'll just pop up a giveaway. And I feel like whoever wins it's pretty doggone lucky because she does some pretty stuff.
You gonna see her? Yeah, so did I, Rob. It's several pieces of it. Because she does make some man stuff. All right, man. Appreciate you being here. All right. Let's come right here. Pop in a little tree. It may be none. Yeah, I'm still painting, but you got to get up at 3:30. I understand. Don't let me be the reason you all red eyed in the morning. Because of me. You know I should have went to bed. Stayed up there watching him paint. I thought he was through. Doggone it. Good night, Kathleen. Thank you for being here.
Good night, Danita. You can call it jet lag. We'll let you get away with it. We know what kind of lag it is. All them Chippendales. But if you want to call it jet lag, we'll let you this time. Posting pictures all over the internet. This one's for you, Harold. I'm thinking, don't be posting no Chippendale pictures for me. Then I got a good look at it and it wasn't no Chippendales. Good night, Elizabeth. CEO, you gotta be in here. Man, these women folks in here something else. I'm telling you. They rough. Well, I guess they do, kid. I mean, you you kind of on their side. Am I going to dance for them? I already have. They tried to talk me into doing it again. They just ain't got the. They just ain't got the where it needs to be yet. What do you mean you don't pick sides? He's on the woman's side. He ain't got to pick. He don't pick sides. We had Robert for a little while, but that didn't last very long. Ask John. John will tell you. Robert jumped ship quick. First sign of trouble, he was gone. I was like, not Robert. No. Yep, he did. Yeah, I probably do kind of press my luck sometimes, CL, but you have to sit here in this chair to see what I go through. My God, man. I messed up one time, and done something that somebody was asking in a painting. Like one time, that's all it took. And then it's like every time after that.
I couldn't make a stroke up here without. You gonna put in a duck? You gonna put in a turtle? You gonna put in a frog? I think you need to paint Bigfoot in there. See what I mean? Look at Robert. Ken said he got Cassie's side. Robert, smart man, Ken. No, that's not smart. That's just. Men folk ought to stick together like the women do. We should have each other's back. Thank you, Ty. Shut up, Indicate. I think I'm gonna leave this painting like this. I'm gonna leave this side open. I think it looks good looking down the lake like that. Cause the front door's over here, so you're just looking right down the lake. And all the trees and stuff that's over here, you just can't see it. Yeah, almost like a spring cleaning kind of day. Thank y'all. Thank all of y'all. Appreciate it. I'm gonna put the H on it. You can tell old guy ain't been here in a little while. Look how rough the grass looks. I didn't give him none of that real soft grass this time. He got old rough, grown up looking grass. Hope he got a good lawnmower. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. I appreciate each and every one of y'all being here. That right there wasn't one of my best moments in the world, but at least we know it's a tree. Thank you, Riley. For everybody that don't know, Riley is a 5-year-old that very seldom ever misses a show. My youngest fan. Yeah, he gonna need a bush hog to cut all that. Well, thank you, Kat. She said, "You're welcome." Okay, I can't see Tony's comments. What's going on with that? No, you're not CL. Miss Danita, uh, the lady that was chasing the Chippendales, she's actually the oldest right now. Until somebody knocks her out of the saddle. She's 72. She has me a painting. Yeah, y'all told me she had one. I see yours there, but I can't see Tony's. Oh, she did another? See, you laughing at Tony about something. And I can't see nowhere up through there where Tony commented. I'm even backing up and can't see it. Is Tony still in here? Well, I guess so. In case sooner. Tell her to type something. All right, kid. Have a good one. She said her comments are in the corner. I'll reuse a lot of that paint for tomorrow night's painting. CL. Tomorrow is Valentine's, isn't it? I forgot about that. Oh boy. Yeah, I used all the browns. The brown would probably be kind of hard. It'd have a little skin over it. But the white, the blue, the crimson, the green, the yellow, all of them colors would be fine. Thank you, Jesse. Yeah, I'll leave it sitting just like this, Tracy. And then with this disposable paper like this, I just take and separate, pull this page up and take it off, and then just get my knife and come under the white, like that, and then bring it over to the new one and just put it back on. I don't know, Tracy. That's a good question. I really don't know. All right, Amy Kate, have a good one. All right, TJ, take it easy, buddy. Nah, Tracy, she got access to any painting she wants. I don't think I can get off that cheap. If so, I'd print her one while she's at work and be like, here. That don't work for me. Because, she can come in here and pick out anyone she wants at any time she wants, so. I'll probably just call a local florist and have them take something to her workplace or something. Thank you, Bonachia. All right, CL, have a good one, brother. Thank you for being here. I'll probably have them put her something together and deliver it out there. That way all the other girls can see her get it and hope their husbands didn't do something for them. That'd make me look like a hero. Tony says she's sad you can't see her comments. Well, I can't do nothing about that. I can see everybody else's. I don't know why I can't see hers. The reason I can't see Tony's is because I told Tony to go get in the corner earlier. So Tony shouldn't even be in here typing. She should still be in the corner. Tony, I have seen every word you typed. I've been seeing them. Oh, Lord have mercy. Ooh. Oh. I have not missed one of your comments yet. Ooh, what a night. All right, I guess it's time for the close-up. I cannot believe Amy Kate don't have a pole up here. Wow. She must not felt good tonight. All right, we'll start over here at the H. And the little cabin and the little tree. And we'll come up to pines. Across the sky. Across the mountain range. And down onto the lake. And back across the lake. Back over to the little cabin. Thank you, Tracy. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, Kayan. Thank you, Joe. Thank you, Tony. Thank you, Karen. Thank all you guys. In case I missed somebody, thanks to everybody. All right, I appreciate all y'all being here tonight. I'll be back tomorrow night at 7 p.m. Central. Well, Patriot, while you was gone, the boat come flying through here and went on down the Lake yonder way. I hate you missed it. But, you know, that's usually the way it happens. Right when you leave, the boat comes running through. So thank y'all very much. Thank y'all. I appreciate all the kind words. I appreciate all the new follows. If you will, please go over to my YouTube channel, Painting with Harold, and just comment on one of the posts. I mean, just a one-word comment helps. And if you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button for me. I appreciate it. My YouTube channel is suffering right now. And I love all you guys. God loves you more. Y'all have a very blessed night. And I hope to see y'all back tomorrow night, 7 p.m. Central.